Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG Ozone Skyblock Reborn server. I believe this is episode 6. And let's hop out of here. Wow. There we go. That's always disconcerting because it's a drop on that end over there. So I'm glad I appeared in here. Anyway, I've been doing a bunch of things. Threw up a lot more of these spice racks up here because I love them. And one of the things that I've done is putting up tools and whatnot up here. A ton of these different chance cubes and these coins. Now, there's a quest where you can turn them in for random stuff. And speaking of random stuff, this is the random stuff I've gotten for various quest rewards, including the very elusive and super important cobblestone. But this isn't everything, because one of these brewing stands I put up, and that would have been useful. I wouldn't have had to have made the nether rack to crush that, to sift that, to get the blaze rods, because I needed 2 of those for catalyst. And I had to make them because I only had 1. And then later I got that one. And then I went, anyway. So a bunch of fun little random questies here. Cow spawn, that's always nifty to have. You know, a chicken, I've got lots of eggs. Not a problem. Anyway, one thing that I did want to do is tell you about one of the best quest rewards that randomly popped up. Was this the powered diamond anvil? I love it so much because I can just repair my tools and nope, not the pick again. Instead, I wanted to repair my diamond X because I've been using them like crazy. They're not enchanted, which I would like to enchant, but being able to repair them makes me feel better. Yeah, I've got gobs and gobs and gobs of diamonds. I don't really, weep about the fact that I'm missing out diamonds, but it would be nice. Now, one thing I do want to do, since I do like that, this is a cake recipe. And let me go ahead and grab all those, open up my crafting table, and boink, I now have a Ender inventory cake. Gain a permanent magical backpack. Well, I think what it's going to do, and let's see, can I eat it now? I can. Ta-da! Unlock extended inventory, see key bindings to open. Well, it's not here. I'll fiddle with the key bindings because I pretty much disable everything to begin with. But that was not all that hard to get, and that's why I needed the cow. If we come out here and take a look, I've got a cow over here staked up so I could get some milk so I could do some good stuff. Oh, what is a chicken? Oh, we just had a random spawn of be good. Okay, there. Just tell them what needs to be done. One of the things that I've been wanting to, because I mentioned the fact that I can't enchant these things. And I want to enchant them. I want to be able to, have some silk touch and stuff like that. I think that would be fabulous. And there's 1 chicken, 2 chickens running around up here. I killed all of them before, and these guys kind of randomly popped up, or maybe they were hiding. Well, that's okay, because I have some plans. In fact, if we take a look here, I made some nutritious chicken feed and GM chicken feed. That's genetically modified chicken feed. If we take a look at the recipe, you need some mob bits and XP buckets to make the GM feed. And for the nutritious chicken feed, you need a whole bunch of crops and stuff. Well, let's find one of these chickens. There were some chickens. Oh, there's one way over there. Oh, hey, you're hiding here. Would you like the good feed or the bad feed? We get the bad feed. They explode. I shouldn't be laughing too much.
Happy birthday, Taco!
So there's that. Oh, that's right. I made 8 cookies and I only needed the 1. All right, so let's grab all of these because these are useful for various values of useful. Let's put the cookies into the food. That's animal. No. That's fauna, so that's animal. There we go. We'll put that stuff in there. I've got chickens everywhere. I also have hidden pigs. Hi there, Frank. He's been sitting there for a long time. You can just stay. Whoa, almost ran off the edge. Ooh, what I would really like is a mob farm. Oh, hey, do you see that? That looks like a mob farm. So again, I've got 17 blocks and I just destroyed my light. There we go. 17 blocks away, I set up a little beginning of an island, and this is very ugly at this point. 5 blocks here, and then if you want to figure out exactly what I did, 17 by 17, and it's 6 tall. The inside is what's really matters. It's a 15 by 15 and 5 tall. And I figured that way there's plenty of room for mobs to jump about. I could do 3, but when you get, say, those tall slimes, they're, yeah, I just want to have plenty of space. And if we go up, and for the longest time I did this, this gives you an idea of what I did. If you take a look at the corner and you've got your 17 by 17, you count 2, you put a redstone wire, you put a redstone lamp, count 2, lamp, count 2, lamp, just all the way across. And you do it the other way and you just fill it all in. And the end result then is you've got enough lights to stop mobs from spawning down below. Now, I do want a really nice on-off system. And when I make a mob farm, I typically figure out what's the structure, and then I turn on lights so that there's nothing spawning in there. Then I figure out, okay, where's the kill zone going to be, and how am I going to grab the drops? And I figure out all the drops, and then I set up the kill zone, and then I turn it on. And nothing happens because I'm too close. I have to be at least 24 blocks away, and I'm not. Anyway, this one switch will turn it on and off. I did need some repeaters here to get the signal out there. You know, I just had a thought. I might, let's see, that's a 3, 4, no, that's not going to do it. I could have a slightly different pattern here. And anyway, don't care. This is just how I wired it up. Is it the most effective and efficient? Probably not. Ooh, super blue moon. I'm very lucky. Not that I care. I do have a mob fan here pointing down, and all my mob fans have levers turned on. This one here at the top pointing down is to push stuff down into the mob farm. And you can see I've got 2 width and 2 height of these upgrades in here. I don't need anything for distance because it's already 5 tall, and that works. Oh, and because I love it, I've got an elevator here. Makes it so much easier to go in and out. Now, there's a fan over there and a fan over there. And if we come over, take a look at these fans. That's a border wall. And then I went up 2. So I've got a 5 by 5 area. Let's show the area. No, yeah. 2 and 2 and 2. Because if we look into here, you can see it's pushing right up to my mob grinder, and that's sufficient. And it's also doing a 5 by 5 area to push everything. So there's no non-pushable spots here. So let's turn that off. So, well, hide it. Nice blue moon. So there are 2 fans there pushing a 5 by 5 area right into the middle where I've got my grinder. And then these guys, I've got 3 of them, and they're 2, 2, and 10, which gives us a depth of 15. And so these are pushing it all the way down to the end. Everything pushes into the center. So 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And if I turn on this area, you can see how it's pushing everything in this 5 by 5 area down to the kill zone. Each one of them is doing that same thing. Now, let's break this and come on in. Wah! Nope. I forgot to turn off the fan, and you almost noticed that there was something there at the bottom that gave me withering. There we go. Now it's off. Okay, let's turn off the fan. At least this fan should be sufficient to turn off. There. Okay, So here I've got the mob masher. I keep on it. What happened? Oh no. Okay. For a second I was sitting there going, what happened to my fence gate? Okay. I also have some conveyor belts here at the bottom because I don't want this all the way up against the glass. I want it in one. And there's a reason for that. I also have witch water. Witch water? That water. That water is witch water. You can use that to grow mycelium and other stuff, but witch water will turn villagers, if you have to get a villager spawning here, which is unlikely, into witches. It'll turn creepers into the energized creepers. So if they go boom, it's really big. Some mods have extra drops with the exploding creatures like that. But more importantly, it turns skeletons into wither skeletons. I don't have to go to the nether for that. So I've surrounded it with these gates to hold the water in place. And as you just saw, you can go through into there. And I'm really glad this didn't grind me up, because it's got all of the upgrades on there right now, which definitely makes this very potent. Now, what I did want to do, and I'm going to have to turn off all the fans, because I want to upgrade. Nope, off. I would like to have a single switch to turn everything on and off, fans and lights, that I can control down here with one flip, but I haven't done anything with that yet. Anyway, let's turn all of these off, because what I want to do is I want to change the insides. And here's where I've got my rotten eggs, and I went with 9 of them because this is a 15 by 15, and these eggs turn a 5 by 5 section into dreadful dirt. So if we go out 2s, there's dreadful dirt. And unfortunately, this doesn't spread. It also needs to be covered up, otherwise it'll burn. So we'll do some there, we'll do some there. And because I've got sufficient lights on in the area, we aren't getting any spawns. This will spawn if you're not close, or even if you are close, it will spawn. Oh, if we take a look at the light level, the lowest we've got is 6, and I believe if the light level is below 6, it'll start spawning the mobs. Let's go ahead and put you back in there. Let's turn the fans all back on. So anything that does spawn, if I'm accidentally wrong, which it shouldn't be, I did this extensive testing in creative, so it shouldn't do that. And if you have any questions about what a mod pack does, I strongly suggest setting up a single player world of the mod pack. Make yourself creative so that you have full access, and then design, build, figure out what needs to be done. Oh, speaking of what needs to be done, there in the center, I made this, the Ender Inhibitor. This prevents the Enderman from spawning around, and it has a radius of 8, which, if it's right in the center, it's 8 everywhere, so that's perfect. Now, speaking of conveyor belts, there's the Entity Conveyor, which uses this, and that's got slime balls and iron. It's okay. There's this conveyor belt, which needs redstone, but it also needs 6 iron and a precious stick, which does those. And then there's the conveyor belt from Immersive Engineering, which needs a lot of leather, and that I don't have. So I ruled out that. This one I played with in creative, because it says it does allow mobs to spawn on top of the block, which is good, but it allows lights to go through. So it wasn't perfectly dark, and that was a problem. So I went with these, the cyclic conveyor belts, because that way they push the mobs in. I can have a block underneath it. I'm not sure if mobs spawn on top of those, but I've got 15 by 15 minus 4 blocks. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that a lot. Let's see. This golden egg, this will create delightful dirt, which will allow the spawning of passive mobs when it's bright. So that's very nice. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Let's get rid of that, and get rid of that, and get rid of that. So let's go up. I'm going to turn this off for a bit, and let's take a quick gander. There's the slime. Oh, dragony things. Huh. Okay, let's turn that back on, see what we got. Interesting. They're not getting pushed down enough. They're suffocating on the top. When I tested this in creative, I got these guys, but I didn't have the witch water in there. I think I may make a second grinder and put it up there, or maybe to the side. I don't know. I think I need a second grinder, maybe right there in the middle of the ceiling. So we'll let those suffocate up there eventually. There, one just died. Cool. I've not seen these anywhere, so I wonder if these are part of the end. Oh, he fell down. Now the fan up above should be pushing them down, but it obviously isn't. And I'm not sure why. Maybe because they fly really well? Huh. Anyway, I will let them just slowly die. Let's go downstairs and look at the collection area. So, yeah, that's the suffocating ender worm. The block of redstone is right below the grinder, and that's what turns it on. So I have over here an absorption hopper. I am going to show the area, and let's go up and take a look. So you can see the area in which it will grab both XP and, yeah, they're slowly suffocating up there. There. Yeah, I need a second grinder. I definitely need a second grinder up there to, or possibly spikes. Anyway, so this absorption hopper, I've pushed it over and up. So I pushed it to the south 2 blocks, and then I pushed it up 5. So that's where it is. You can see the nice little border on that. Let's go ahead and hide the area. South is fluid, and all of these guys should be items. Oh, no. I don't need up. Let's turn the up off. So I have east, west, south, you know, all the items on that side. And then this guy here, up is not fluid. South is fluid. Down, okay, that should all work. And I went ahead and made some of these Ender IO conduits, so it could push stuff into here. And as I've been playing with this, as the various items come in, I set up a drawer for them. And let's see what else we've got for overload. Okay, several new ones. We've got this, the Enderworm Charm Fragment. We'll put that there. And then let's pull you out, sort, and put you back in. I'm getting obsidian, obviously, and these dragon breaths from those dragons, and slime balls from the slimes. I hadn't gotten any slimes before, so I need to sit there and make drawers for these. Alrighty. Beheading gave me these heads, and 79 wither skeletons in maybe 5 minutes worth of running the grinder, and 62 from maybe 2-3 hours running before. So the beheader upgrade's really handy to have. Anyway, so that's items, and anything that can't automatically get shoved into the drawers will come here into this chest, which I also have another one pulling it out. So it acts as an overload. Now, things that will pop in here, armor, bows, you know, stuff that I don't have yet, they all drop into here. And I've got common lost knowledge, which I'm not used to, uncommon lost knowledge, and then there's another one that's like rare, but evidently I haven't gotten that one yet. I think Enderman dropped those, and I've not been getting a huge number. How many got? Ooh, I've got a lot of Ender Pearls. Give me some Ender Pearls. So, because I'm really low on Ender Pearls. But this gives me a ton of good stuff. In fact, I'm going to grab a stack of the rotten flesh. Now, over here, the XP gets piped out this way, and I put a basic fluid tank, 4 iron, 4 redstone, cheap. I have another one over here pointed in, and this one will get filled first because it's first in the pouring list. I slapped an XP tap, and I can come up here and go, give me some XP. And you know, there's 9 levels that fast. And what I can do is down here is an XP drain that I can stand on. It has a fluid going into the solidifier. Now if I step on that, XP fluid goes into here, and with this little XP mold jelly baby, it will go ahead and make these. It's like 1,000 XP. I'm not sure exactly how much XP it needs. Uh, it just does what it does. And then this automatically pushes it into this drawer. And I've got 368 jelly babies. I'm going to grab a stack of them because I want to set up over here an enchantment table area. For that, I need more leather because I've been very low on leather. And this is one of the reasons why since I'm running past my nether work, I'll go ahead and push that out. This is why I'm really happy to set up a Botania area with the catalyst, doink, because now I can turn rotten flesh into leather. And I missed some, because it doesn't seem to do all of them fast enough. There we go. An entire stack of leather. So much leather, because the wandering traders and their gifts of leather are far and few, and there's not many, you know. So this is a much faster way of getting me leather. All right, so I'm going to put that into food and flow. Yeah, 3. 3 leather in there. This is a lot better. I like it. Let's get that in there. And ender pearls can go in there. All right, I need to get 3 more drawers. And then the other thing I want to do is I want to prettify that area. Looks like it's wearing a hat of leaves out there. I want to change it so it's not just a big block, a big boxy Volvo sort of, it's boxy but good sort of structure. I need it to be much bigger than that, and I want the surrounding dirt island to be better. And there we have the completed mob farm with surrounding islands. And is this the best thing I've ever done? No. But it's not a box anymore. So there's that. Mostly just adding some trim to the outsides. One of the things that I added here was some kind of flying buttressy sort of things on the side. Did plant a bunch more trees. And if we take a look at the map and we scroll in, it's not a box. I've gone ahead and played with making it several levels of islands, which when I've got flight, I will go ahead and fix. This canopy, it grew really weird. It grew a bunch of these little pieces around, and I chopped all but this one down because it was kind of ugly. But the rest of this, and you may be asking yourself or asking me, hey, Grok, why do you have this back open? Because when I was testing this in creative single player, there were occasionally some mobs that came through, mostly the slimes, because if you had say a medium or a large slime spawn right there on that final block, it's half in, half out, and the fan and it can push it through the blocks and it's out. Well, then it just falls down and dies. And occasionally they'll spawn over here for the same reason. But I think with having every other block, I'm hoping that won't be a real issue. Oh, yeah, I AFK'd, mistakenly went, oh, I need to check up on the Scotch broth, make sure that it wasn't scorching or anything like that, and walked back here and said, oh, phantoms had come down and knocked me off the edge. But I have recovered myself. So that's done, and then I had fun with the bridge. I decided to do the reverse. Instead of sagging over there, it actually goes up just a little bit with these trapdoors, and the orange of acacia is kind of a nice color here. Now, one last thing that I'm going to do at the very last, for those of you that have stuck around for the video here, is going to open up some portals. Now, we've had the Twilight Forest portal here, and because it's here, I'm going to put the rest of the portals here. Because now nether, I'm doing 2 here for simple reasons. It balances. This here is the Undergarden, and here's where I look at the quests and I go, okay, into the Undergarden, build a portal from stone brick, saying is the standard nether portal, and activate with the catalyst. Okay, that tells me what to do. Good. I wish the mod itself told me how to do this. It doesn't. But, the other one that I want to do is the getting into the Aether, which if we look at this, it has no information, although it does say glowstone and water bucket. So that gives me a clue. Anyway, since I didn't want to run through if I'm, because this one, because it takes a while, I want something on the other side to stop me from going through. So I have some leaf blocks here and a little bit of mana glass because that ups the light level. I need to hit B. There's my enter inventory, and I assign the key to that. And I want to make this the catalyst. There we go. Simple. And you just right click. Yep. And I watched Fractured Flask do this, and that's how come I knew. Because otherwise, it doesn't say in the... I'm actually going to put you away and put you away. Oh, the sound. It's like wind blowing. That's kind of cool. So this one over here, it's got the glowstone, and I'm glad that ignited because it's not your standard 2 wide. I like 3x3s, and so I was hoping that will work. In case it doesn't, I want to have some space for the water to flow. Let's try it. Oh, it does work. Okay, so there's the Aether. Nice. And am I gonna jump into these? Not right now. No. I want to play a little bit first. I do want to go into the nether, and I'm going to get some netherrack and soul possibly. That's my hope. But I just wanted to pop these off and have them here, and that is in the way. But that's okay. Here, we're going to be a little bit more closer and intimate. Mob farm. I have lots of mob farm resources now. I just can't run it very long, maybe 2-3 minutes, and then I shut it off and I go down and my chest is like half full and it sorts things out. I don't have really good piping, and so I'm hoping the initial one was cyclic. It doesn't work really well. The Ender IO is very slow and there's no way to upgrade it, so I'm hoping that pipes, once I can upgrade to that, will do a better job, because that I can actually do some filtering, and then I can take stuff like the random armor and bows and stone swords that I'm getting and filter them out and just trash them because I don't need them, and then everything should work much better. Although I think I've got pretty much all the stuff I really need at this point. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here, playing on the FTOG Ozone Skyblock Reborn, and having a blast setting up some portals. And I think I'm going to go into the nether, but not record it because it's scary, and you'll hear me crying. And thanks for watching. Bye.